welcome. This is the CnR Radio Talk Show with your hosts, Rashon and Kesh. Our guest today is P2H Play2Hard. Show him that you're here, Play2Hard. What's up, bro?
Hello.
Yes, hello, there's a hello. Like I said before, Ali likes to do sponsors, but I forgot a sponsor and I don't seem to like sponsors anymore. So I guess we'll get into this. Before we actually start, you guys were watching Eurovision today? Is that real? Eurovision?
Yeah, but it's kind of a shitty contest in my opinion. It's like dull songs and boring songs. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Every year on IRC, I see a whole bunch of punks talking about Eurovision. This guy came out with a dress, and this guy held hands, and they, did a somersault, and this guy who's a half a meter came out, and it's like, come on, I don't understand Eurovision.
It's kind of like freak show nowadays.
Yes, it is a freak show. As an American, I wouldn't understand it, and I don't feel bad that I don't understand it, so GG.
See, I think Christy Edge would have place in such a show.
Yes, Christy Edge was talking about how Romania didn't make the finals for the first time in quite a while, but if he was in it, I'm sure they'd have a good time. Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Eurovision, who did you like the most? Play2Hard. Which country?
I kind of loved the Estonia one, the opera song.
But that's not good, right? You as far as I understand, Eurovision is like, we are your neighbors. We give you points, and you give us points, right?
Exactly.
So actually, where are you right now? Are you in Finland or Sweden, or I get really mixed information considering that.
At this moment, I'm at Sweden.
Okay, so as a citizen of Sweden, are you supposed to not give points to your neighbors so that you win?
Yeah, we kind of give points to Norway or Denmark here in Sweden.
Nice. See, that's how you treat your neighbors, right? America, Mexico, Rashon.
So wait, so pretty much the countries are partial to the countries that surround the country.
It's just like political show, pretty much.
Nice. And that's why it's dirt, I would say, at least.
Yes.
But what do I know? I'm just America, I guess. Anyway, screw Eurovision. Let's get into the actual stuff here. So, Play2Hard, the first question is usually the same. When and how did you find CnR?
Well, I was surfing around on the internet and looking for online games, And then my friend said, I play CnR. I was like, okay, I must test it out, So I downloaded it to play, and it was Tomma Mies and Sin of Dreams who introduced me.
Oh, Sin of Dreams, yeah, I remember that guy. He had a very distinct skin, the leopard skin prostitute, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He was a medic a lot.
Oh yes, I wish that guy would come back. I literally forgot that guy for years until you said him. Then instantly popped in my head. But how long did it take for you to get into the get used to the game? Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, kind of. But I started late, in 2008, and I had another nick, Dangerous Gangster, at the time. And later on, I started to play hardcore in 2010, And from there, I was fishing a lot. during this time. Yeah.
Everyone
Fish-
started fishing, kinda. Did you start as well, Rashon? I started with fishing. Actually, I fished so much, and I was like, it took me ages to figure out that people are scoring, like they are hoarding score with flowers and stuff. I was like, how am I fishing all this time and I have like no score, you know?
I started with cop.
You started with cup?
Yeah.
Weakling.
I was an 8 FPS PD camping cop. Yep.
HPV cup?
No, not HPV. PD camping cop. HPV wasn't until HPV wasn't until 2009. All right, so Play2Hard, you mentioned dangerous gangs. All right, and you used to be a SAM member. What were one of the memorable moments of the Borat gang that is known as SAM? Shout out to Christy Edge.
Yeah. Well, I actually started in MCSO, which is Motorcycle Street Love, and it was created by Sin of Dreams. So that was my first game, yeah. And then I moved on to Sam after that.
Yes, the San Andreas one.
How did they compare, the groups?
The MCSL was kind of inactive after, Sam had quite a lot of members of our game, you know. So it was natural to join them later on. Since I knew many from Sam.
And were you in lots of Sam Bayside gang wars?
Not that much, no. I'm was more like the guy, you know, taking bribes and so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Or the supplier, you know, for every gang there's a supplier of weapons and items, and you know there's also the guy that comes in and takes the bribes. So yeah, you were that guy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let me see.
I thought Finnish people are tryhards. Like for example, Stepak, he never takes a bribe. Blister almost never takes a bribe, right? And as I understand, you're originally from Finland.
Yes.
P2H declines it and flip you off too.
Yes. Flips you off, yeah. Oh, damn! Like I meant to write this down, but my favorite quote from you is "You flip me over, so I flip you back." Now, now I noticed that a lot of people you like to flip people off. You know, that's your moniker. I don't usually like to do that because it makes people mad. But is that like your cornerstone, flipping people off?
Yeah, well, I would like to say it's like my greetings, you know, like hi, but flip off instead.
So from tomorrow, if P2H flip you off, that means he loves you, you know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Was it you or someone else that said that flip off is legit reason to put hit on someone because there's a chance you die?
No. In my opinion, it's not legit if you don't die of that flip off. Then it's legit.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's right. I think so. I always thought, unless it's like repetitive, like you flip someone off, then you do an attack on someone else just to flip you off again, and they do it again, flip you off 6 times in 3 minutes. Then there you go. That's a hit.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So as other people have, Black Hawk left Sam and all this. Other people have left Sam because, in my opinion, Sam's a dirty gang. Can't tell you why because I don't remember. But what led to your departure from the San Andreas Mafia?
Well, it was kind of shitty thing, but but it started from that, that admin Fanta, if you recall
God,
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
Fugazi.
So he wrongly accused CanPang of cheating at the time, and he wasn't cheating. He was aiming bad with his minigun, and he was drunk, apparently. Yeah, so he banned CanPang and he was cheating, and Sam was about to kick CanPang, and I was, okay, then I quit too, you know.
Where does your friendship with CanPang come from? I mean, how did you become such good friends?
I know CanPang from Sam, so it's a long time.
Okay. So could you say that pretty much admin was rightfully predicting future, I guess?
Yeah, that's another story.
Did you know at the in the like when CanPang was cheating, did you know that he was about to, or that he was frustrated with the game? Or he said basically, I think how he said it was that he was frustrated dying from the same people that he thinks they are cheating as well, and no one does anything, so he turned on too. I mean, were you aware that he was frustrated with the game and stuff? Did you talk or?
No, I heard that his complice wasn't listened to and not dealt with, and yeah, I guess he got mad and put some damage modes on, something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
It is what it is. Yeah, but it's his choice, you know. I don't give a fuck about it.
So we had the F word on CnR Radio.
First time since Thursday, whatever it was, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of late in Europe anyway, so the kids are asleep. Speaking of kids, right? I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on radio or not, but you have kids, right, Peter?
Yeah, correct. 2.
So, like, I was kind of thinking, like, what do you think it's easier? Like, is it easier to handle your own kids who are, as far as I understand, they're quite young, or CnR players?
Definitely the CnR players.
They are harder to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm online, I'm like, okay, I troll a lot, you know, and most of the time kids don't understand such sarcasm or irony, you know. So, yeah, that's the thing about it.
So Christy has just asked a question in our channel, actually. He's asking, would you allow your kids to play on CnR? Have you actually done that? Because I think you said the oldest one is actually
That's a good question.
kind of old enough to play, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
What?
How old is your oldest? Approximately. You don't have to say exact age if you don't want to.
Well, I don't mention her nick, but she's an admin there at CnR.
Ooh, okay.
Wait a minute, run that by me again.
Yeah, I need to hear that again.
I thought you just said that your daughter is an admin on CnR. That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, that's correct. No,
Holy shit, cops then.
I mean, he just said that he likes to troll on CnR, please.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Yes,
like
he could be trolling us now.
So have you ever let your kids actually to play on your account? Like sometimes when people say that you're fighting and stuff, is it your kids actually flipping off other people?
No. She just likes to watch the game, yeah, occasionally. I make her watch.
Yeah.
Is she like sometimes like, Dad, I'll drive and you shoot or something? I mean,
Yeah, she tested to drive some cars on the game.
good.
Yeah, I'm sure she drives better than most of the people on CnR, I'll tell you that.
I must agree.
Yeah. I know that Sheepfuck, I think one of her kids does have an account on the server. I think he was like, I don't remember how old he was, But I was thinking, I mean, the chat is just so toxic at times, and there are times where the chat's fine, and there are runs where the chat is just completely dumb. And if I had a 10-year-old kid, I would be like, I mean, I don't really want to have him read the brain blender that's being said in chat,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But too sad, it's happening everywhere now. It's not just CNR anymore. It's everywhere now. Go to Call of Duty, you
right.
see a lot of kids doing the same shit. If you go to Fortnite or any game, I mean, there are toxic players everywhere.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. You shot me down. Yep, that's right.
But back in the day, you're right. Back in the day, CNR was exclusive to those fucking stupid people.
Yeah, and the thing is, kids are growing up much quicker, much younger. So, doesn't really matter.
But P2H, actually, like, you are now, obviously you started in 2008, you said? You are, like, probably among the older people here on CNR, right? So, do you think you'll ever get, like, bored of CNR, or, like, what would have to happen for you to stop? Obviously, like, to some people it happens when they have kids. You obviously pass that and you're still playing. You somehow find time, which is good in my opinion, because you have to have some time for yourself and to have some fun. But like, do you think like the game will ever get boring to you, to the point you would stop?
Yeah, good question. Well, as you have noticed, probably I take breaks a few times. Last break lasted like 6 months or so. So yeah, I try to play whenever I got time, and during the evenings when the kids are sleeping and so, to have my little own time, And I don't think I will stop playing CNR just like that. But yeah, I maybe log in like a few times a week, not like before on the hardcore times, Then I played like crazy.
Is it the game that keeps you coming back, or is it like certain people that like you especially like and you like to catch up with them, or who are those people you would say, like, for example, that are worth your time here?
Well, my good friends like Banjo Bob, Black Milk, Nuclear Stuff, and Mirka, Farrakhan, Handjobs, and so on. Well, we don't play that much anymore, so I strictly come and play like for the game. Yeah.
You still in touch with them outside the game? I mean, Nuclear, for example, he doesn't play anymore. Do you keep in contact to talk or something? Steam?
Yeah, I got some of them on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, Facebook. You trust CNR people enough to give them your Facebook?
Yeah, I do. I got a secret one too.
Yeah. Most people have their, their CNR Facebook and their actual Facebook, but
is it like a actual profile, like on your Facebook? Does it say Play2Hard, your in-game nickname, or your real name? Because no. I think Rashon, you have one which says Rashon, no?
God, no, I don't. I don't have a CNR Facebook. No.
Let me tell you, don't even try to do that. One day I tried to add Warlord, the next day about 100 PHs added me. I swear, I still have tons of them. I swear to God, I still have like 100 requests from PH people. I had to accept some of them because they were like, sir, please accept. I was like, okay. But yeah, a lot of PH people would add you.
Yeah, a few years ago, there used to be a huge influx of people that would PM me and say, usually it was PH players, but they'd be like, Rashon, you have FB? You got Facebook? And every time I just, put my head down. I'm like, why are there so many people asking me this? And I try to get out of it, I quit to avoid, or tell them, no, I don't have Facebook, bro. Facebook is done. It is finished. Mark Zuckerberg lies, and then he apologizes for it every year. A fake apology. So
Dude, I'm sure the moment you give him your Facebook, you be spam give object, please.
Yep, definitely don't want that. Okay, let's move on here a bit. Alright, Play2Hard, let us get into your haters. Alright, so I took a look at some of the questions on the forum, and some of them focus on your demeanor while on the server. Do you think your attitude is misrepresented?
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, if you bullshit me, yeah, well, I either ignore you most of the times, but if the insults keep on coming, well, of course I'm gonna defend myself verbally too. That's not only natural.
I can agree to that, because I've never seen him being mean to me or anything. I mean, before I get to know him, he never flipped me off or anything. He never been rude, saying bullshit. And a day he started talking to me and we started talking to each other, he wasn't that faggot that I had from a lot of people. I swear, I was expecting a faggot that trying to be fucking mean or something, but he wasn't.
Do you think, if people would know, for example, that CnR community is cancerous, it is, but do you think, if people knew that you're older and, do you think they would respect your opinion more and, they would respect you more? They wouldn't, say bullshit or bullshit you or something?
Well, I think this hating stuff, it's originated from, back in the days I used a lot of colors in my posts, and that I had that admin telling me, he from England, what is his name?
Kyle Smith,
Snitz.
Wales, from Wales.
Oh, Tomo, yeah.
Tomo,
Yes.
Him. So he was like, stop using colors in your post, and so on. And there, I got my first haters, Yeah, so then it went through a couple of
people
years.
hate colors on CnR, really? So was there a legit reason? You are, I don't know, you are not being equal to people who are colorblind, or was there a reason that you are not allowed to use colors?
No, well, he thought it was irritating, for the eyes, and also headaches and so on. Yeah.
One second, I'm sorry, when you cut you off. I apologize for saying, because Kiko Existence wanted to get in the channel. I said a remark. I said fucking idiot. I called Kiko an idiot. I didn't mean to. Okay, but yeah, sorry. What were you talking about?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So it went furious ahead, this thing, and the other thing which caused a lot of haters too, it was of course when I joined Sam and DMH wanted me originally, I think. So I went, why didn't it like when I joined the San Andreas Mafia, and this third wave of haters came along with if you recall the marijuana thread.
Yes.
Yeah, so there I got a lot of haters, So I was, and I am against drugs because I don't like it, It's simple like that, but I respect other opinions too, So if you like to fuck up your life, that's not in my business, you know. Keep on going. But yeah, from that thread, I had a lot of haters at RC and in game. You know, where he started to abuse me in game. And
What about cigarettes, alcohol?
yeah, cigarettes, alcohol's that bad too. You know, I mentioned in that thread too that it's equally bad too. You know.
So
But-
you don't do like? I mean, you personally, you don't do either. I mean,
Yeah, I use some snuff, you know, if you know what.
yes, it's a Swedish thing. You put it on your gum, under your lip, right?
Yeah.
Is that the chewing tobacco you're talking about?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of and then I occasionally drinks too. But you know, all drugs are bad in my opinion if you overconsume them. You know, that's
Exactly. Yeah.
nice. Ali is the one saying this. This is so funny. The biggest.
I'm
pothead
smoking
in
right
this
now.
channel.
Of course, yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
say that, Ali. You'll make him leave. He will rage quit.
Our audiences are a bunch of kids. You know, I have to be positive.
Yes.
You're always positive, flying high.
Okay. Yes. Well, you know, the thing about the hate thing, you know, because people on the forum, they can get into arguments, and it can be some sort of a healthy argument. Do you think part of the reason why, you know, people like to go back and forth with you is the possible length of your rebuttal? Or do you think they don't understand what you're trying to say, so they going above and beyond or something? You
Can I
understand me?
actually say something on this? Because I think that lots of people follow each other. Like, if they see someone hating P2H, you know, they just go on doing the same shit. They just want to copy each other. A lot of people are like that. Not even in CnR, in everywhere. Like, they see a fucking, what do you call it? A France flag on their picture. Everyone on Facebook would do it. They copy, I mean, everyone copy each other. That's the same in CnR. If they see somebody hate P2H and they're not known, you know, they just come and get the attention, you know, be like, fuck you, P2H, you know? They get the attention they wanted, you know?
very much so. You know, well, it can be like if I reply in in the long sentences. Yeah, well, it occasionally happens, but it's like I like to do it because then I make them read, and perhaps they get frustrated of it and start to you know. Why you were writing essays, blah, you know, starting to say stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, well, if you don't read, then fuck off, you know. That's
Was there like ever discussion that you had with someone on forums that basically you disagreed with him, but you didn't like, he didn't hate you and you didn't hate him, you actually respected him because he portrayed his opinion in a good way? I mean, like, he presented himself well. So
Exactly.
do you think like a discussion like that is possible on forums, on our forums at least?
It is very much possible. You know, if you take the marijuana thread, for example, the Playox, he's a nice player and so on. We got totally different opinions about this matter, but we could talk. You know, like adults, like
Without personal insight,
normal.
stuff like that.
Yes. So it is possible, but if, let's say, for example, if someone from the CnR staff, like an admin, comes and insults me in game or so, of course people are going to join them and start to insult me even more, you know, because it's a core thing to do, you know.
Do you think that admins, for example, because they are admins, right? Do you think they should, how to say that? Like, like when they're on servers, they should act as admins and not show their like if they are favorable of one person or another, no matter what they think of that person. They are admins.
Like friendship on the side and
Yes,
do
I mean,
on the side.
they are admin, and they have certain, role to play, so that they should not say anything bad to a person, even if they don't agree with a person, because that poses a threat of the whole server joining on that bandwagon.
Yeah, exactly. Being partial, well, you can miss a lot of things happening. There can be a lot of rule breaking, but if you're partial and you don't give a shit about it, well, it's not good for the servers. So come join. If you join as an admin, of course, come in with a neutral mind. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Yeah. I just wanted to say one more thing about the essay thing. I remember there was a meme that Blister made, and I love Evangelist, but I remember he made a meme saying when Play2Hard makes an essay, everyone likes to jump on him, but when Evangelist did, they didn't care. And I looked at that because back then I admittedly thought it was pretty fun to make fun of Play2Hard, and sometimes it still is. However, I looked at that meme and I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true. Nobody really batted an eye when Evangelist used to make long posts on the forums either. They used to praise him, actually. So, yeah, I guess there's something with that.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So, we've all taken breaks from CnR once in a while, like we talked about before, and no reason for taking a break is shameful, because Kesh last quit because her form complaint got dismissed. But the last
Did you really have to?
yeah. But I believe the last time you, Play2Hard, took a break was around the time of the Marcus Weed Ninjajack thing. So, with this next question, I'm sure some can relate, but if you can remember from that time, or any time, what about the community got you upset enough, if at all, for you to take a break?
Well, it was like, I had posted complaints, and both in-game and forums, and it was legit complaints and so on, and we weren't dealt with, and I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit, And in game I kept on getting game banged, and I wasn't even wearing a mini shirt, but we kept on gangbanging me all the time. I complained about it, and it was kind of a boring time. So about that Ninjajack, well, his opinion about me was pretty fucked up at the time. So I thought to punish him, Yeah.
Punish him
So
yourself, huh?
I was totally aware about he might record or something like that. As you notice, I wrote in the chat too, P rules, cops, something. I don't know. Cops shouldn't ninjajack or so.
So that was around the same situation that you wrote that?
Yeah.
Was that sarcasm? Or?
I wrote after I did it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was sarcasm then, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And then I was like, I was thinking about leaving before because it was boring, and so I thought about to punish the player I want to punish, and then I leave.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah.
So people take that wrong. People think like you said it, like calls down Ninjajack, and then you did it yourself, But you were actually aware that you were doing it. That's probably many people.
Yeah, of course. I said it afterwards,
So it was taken out of context, pretty much. The timeline was out of context, huh?
Exactly.
Because when I saw the topic, I assumed that.
That you
Because-
said it sometime before, and then you did
Yeah.
that exact thing.
Yeah, because Marcus Lead or someone else made a signature out of it and put your quote on top and the Ninjajack at the bottom. So, anybody who would look at that would think, Play2Hard said that before that happened. And that would make you look like a punk. But,
A hypocrite.
Yeah,
Kind of.
pretty much.
Yeah, I guess it was the point of when they made the meme. Yeah.
Yep, the CnR meme that I've used in a couple of Rate My Chases for sure. One of the early ones. Let's see here. Speaking of beef, how did the beef with Bobby B start?
Honestly, well, I don't know, but I think he was with a couple of guys.
Oh,
Yeah, which I don't come that good along with, and yeah, from that he started to insult me. Way insulted me, and he started to insult me, and yeah, from I have done shit to him, but apparently he got something on me and wants to insult me and stuff like that,
So,
yeah.
Christy Edge has actually just asked a question in channel. What about your beef with Blackhawk? So Blackhawk was also in SAM, right? And you were in SAM, yet you have beef with each other. You had. What was that? How did it start?
Shit. I don't recall that, but I remember it was some thing about what could it be? Yeah. It was originally perhaps from the SAM server, So it's from there.
See how, Christy, you remember so many beefs and people don't care. See, people are like, oh, it's just one thing out of 1,000 things, not a biggie.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
forgotten that.
Stop creating beef, people. Be nice to each other.
Yeah, I would like to add also that I don't hate anyone. It's a game and so, and beef it's like Forge. It's a virtual game. So I don't know why some people have a grudge against me. I don't see why. It's kind of boring. Yeah.
See, I don't understand, like, for example, I fight with someone, right, on some game week, right? We disagree, we hate each other in that moment, but 3 days later, I won't even remember his name probably, or why it happened or whatever. Yet some people drag that on and on and on for weeks. Like, how do you even remember?
Years, I got people who have hated me for years, and I don't understand why it's like that.
Have you played like other games to experience other?
To be honest, I'd say they like you, because a lot of people who hated me on CnR, I swear to God, I won't name them, but I might have told you guys about them. So like 3 people on CnR hated me non-stop, calling me Arab, all those fucking words that I don't like. I swear, they became one of my best friends. One day they just came out and started talking to me. I was like, what the fuck? This guy was calling me Arab and stuff the other day. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And he started being like super friendly with me. And we are like best friends now, kinda.
People are
lovely.
confusing.
You
Very
cannot
confusing.
be Disco's best friend.
No, I mean we became good friends. I mean every time we see each other, we might like interact really good with each other, like saying hello and stuff, But back in the day, if you seen them, you'd be shocked of how they reacted. Like they don't know somebody, they just go fucking. I don't know. People
So, yeah.
in CnR are weird sometimes.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I was asking this P2H. Like, you said you played some other games, I guess. Like, did you experience community there? What did you think about it? Was it as toxic as here? Like, maybe like also I would ask you, like, we talk just about bad things of CNR here. Like, what are good things you think? Like, is there good things left in this community?
Well, to reply to your first question, yeah, that I play on other games too as well, and of course, occasionally there are some toxic players there, yeah, who insults, but why get usually banned or something like that. And to reply on your second question, is there a future for CnR? Well, yeah, of course, since it has lasted for 10 years and over 10 years. Yeah, I think it has a good future. I kind of missed lag shoot because
Oh, we're gonna start this now.
because it was kind of a trademark for Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I at first when lag comp came around, I disagreed, but as time has gone on, I thought, all right, lag shots was really a unique feature, even though it was a bug. But if it could come back, that would be great, I guess.
It's just because everyone got used to it. That's all.
I mean, most people that missed like shot, from my opinion at least, were people who were civilian, you know, shooting each other and stuff. It's really weird for cops to say they miss like shot, because kind of now like shot compensation made it easier for cops in a way. At least I think so. So do you think like it was more challenging before, or like did you like it because of that aspect, or?
Well, let's say like this: if you are a hitman now, anyone can be a hitman and hit the target, you know. But back in the days, you know, you had to have some skills for it, you know, in order to aim and so on. So that's and what Rashon said too about it. It's made the game kind of unique, yeah. But no, I'm used to lag comp, so it really doesn't matter. No.
I agree on most parts. Just not that everyone can be hitman nowadays, because Rashon still sucks at it. So.
It did get me again because of the fucking phone complaint thing. Alright, we're even. We're even, okay.
Are you gonna trash me back in 5 minutes?
I don't have anything right now. But
You don't.
I was going to say like 8 minutes ago that with Bobby B, at least you have not regularly been in Mumble with him, because now that I look in hindsight, he is quite the idiot. And yeah, he is quite the idiot. So you're not.
Then he's drunk, and
Bobby B. He's strong.
yeah, I remember him being drunk.
Oh, drunk. Yes, yeah. Right.
He was so out of control.
Yeah, I know. I just remember his voice right now.
If you're talking about me at Mumble too, what?
I don't think you were in Mumble, but it would have been great to see you and Bobby B go at it in Mumble, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I skip it.
I think I heard that you two got into a fight in the CnR Discord, which, by the way, is a complete cesspit, and anyone who is still in the CnR Discord is a punk! So, there you go. It serves no purpose for anything.
Yeah. It was kind of disastrous channel. You know, I joined it and started to get bullshit directly at me. So I was like, what the fuck? What did I join? You know?
Yep.
Yeah, you joined the pit. Yeah, a landfill.
Yeah.
That channel is dead anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got 30
Don't
channels in it,
worry.
and no one talks in it.
Yes, and they are all empty.
Yes. So,
There are some really dead channels in there. Snit's for the fornication.
it's
Snit
got
has not been
cobwebs in
here
it, yeah.
for 2 years probably.
Thank God.
Sadik's channel, he's gone.
Rip.
JFTW, she's gone.
Only plays CnR when she's drunk.
It's like a graveyard of people.
Yep. And memes. That's all it is.
Speaking of graveyards of people, so if you left, let's say, this is gonna sound weird, but if you left CnR and let's say people would discuss you in a few years' time, what would you actually like to be remembered by? I mean, on CnR at least, obviously people will remember you for beefs and stuff like that, but do you think, like, is there like a quest you have of some sort that you would...
Your CnR
Like-
legacy?
Yeah, like, I don't know, some people want to be the best cop, some people want to have the best stats, some people want to become admins. Do you have an agenda?
Well, actually, not really a plan or something like that. Yes, that way remember that my hitting line, cheers fella. That's a good thing to.
Cheers, fella.
Yeah.
And fuck off, probably as well. Which is kind of weird because if you say someone cheers, fella, it's really friendly, and then you fuck them off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of goes all together.
Yeah. Well, actually, I only play because of the game mode and the script. It's a very nice script and so on, and I got some good stats, yeah. But I have never robbed a bank, so that's my New Year resolution.
My resolution was the same, actually. I don't think I robbed a bank before. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. So I was like, when I was actually a newbie, I robbed a lot. Like, especially like Crazy Bob's Place and Observatory. I always robbed with Halley. And I did it when I had like score, I don't know, 200 or whatever. And I'm often thinking to myself, why do we stop doing some things we did before? You kind of get in the same routine of playing the game same way. Which I don't really know why it happens, but it surely is a thing to think about. I mean, to try new things again or whatever.
Yeah. I started like a fisherman, and later on I actually went to wars, but it was against like I don't know if you remember it, but it was Mafia Latina.
I
Yes.
think
Yeah, so
Rashon will remember.
Yeah.
Rashon, yeah.
I feel
And yeah, so I fought a lot in gang wars back then, but then actually I played as a civilian a lot, but then I changed the cop later on, and about the legacy you said earlier. No, I don't know. Perhaps if people or players recalls that P2H was a nice player, helpful player. When I in online, I like to help people, players, new players.
I think you have one of the highest stats for a give rep, don't you?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
And,
probably one of the highest, I would say, legit ones as well. Because, those give reps are kind of...
Yeah.
Give rep for house keys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually that part, helping, since I have made a few guides on the forums, which took some time, and it's basically only to help players, you know, new players, like I used to be, and it's nice to help players out. You know, sometimes in game I take a new player inside my car, you know, and show places and so on, and then I play the game itself. So I'm enjoying the game, you know. So I don't care about really what players think about me, but it's nice if they are nice to me, and yeah, that's basically that, you know.
So I'm gonna flip the coin a little bit here, and I'm gonna ask you, if everyone was nice to each other in CnR, let's say we have this ideal world, don't you think CnR would be boring? Because you always need some villain in the story, you know, to keep things interesting.
Well, I think in that case we have got rid of all the DMers and so on. So I think the environment would be better. You know, no no insults on the main chat and bullshit in the air. I think people would have a great time to appreciate each other, and you know, making new fun social groups. You know, go on fishing tours and or yeah, you know, like make a truck convoys or something like that. So yeah.
There was actually, speaking of that, I just remember something. There was, I think it was Clyde Sonero. I think on CnR like a few weeks ago, he just came up with the idea. Okay, me and my crew, we're not gonna be a tank cops, but we're gonna get bus each. And they had 5 buses, and they were busting people with 5 buses, and they actually did it. They kept crashing into people, and they arrested some people in that way. Super fun to me. I mean, it seems, at least. So yeah, I think there are other ways non-conventional ways to play CnR still.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I kind of thought about this, and I don't know if I would want to touch this topic or not, but I have to. So, Rashon earlier said that some people probably don't understand you correctly, or like misinterpret you or whatever. Do you think, like, because obviously you, at least yourself, you must think you're a good player and you have high give rep, you're helpful to other people, do you think that you are judged unfairly, like that maybe some people have become admins who are as mature as you are and as old as you are, but you are not for some unknown reason? Do you think you would deserve to be one, or would you expect a person like you to be one?
Well, it's let's say like that. I have been admin on other servers, not CnR, apparently. But yeah, it's all up to Crazy Bob. You know, I come in and play, you know, regularly, and I play for the stats. I'm like a stats whore, you know. So that's my only gain in the game. You know, I like to make better stats, and yeah. If
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, Rashon has said a lot of times before, like, everyone hates Igly because he's Albanian, you know? If he was something else, he would be an admin probably already, or at least that's how Rashon said it, kind of. So do you think if you were not P2H, you know, if you didn't have this reputation, that maybe you were not given, like, you know, that you're not actually a person that people think? If you weren't like P2H with this bad reputation or whatever people have of you, you think you would be an admin a long time ago already?
Well, yeah, it could be. Well, we can take an example here. Kratos and me, we got donator status from Chris Bob, you know, And few weeks after that, 1 or 2, he got admin. But yeah, I kind of had a beef with the RC crew, and yeah, later on after that, it was personal beef, which Chris Bob knows about, and it was on a personal level. It was in real life. Yeah. So answering your question, if I were P2H but had the same experience and done the same things, I think I might have or would been an admin. Yeah.
Yes. Carry on. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, but now things are like they are, and yeah, I don't care about getting admin or so. I just play the game and enjoy the game. That's all. I play the game on the evenings when I got some time of my own, and I like just to chill. That's my only main point to play.
Yes. Rashon, you're kind of quiet today. What is this?
I just let you have the floor. You know what I mean?
Seriously, look,
You're
I'm
still in the
gonna
show.
I'm gonna get a raise and you're gonna get demoted. Next time I'm gonna be host and you're gonna be co-host.
But he's the boss.
He's the boss, yeah. Well, I'm Stugatzing right now because I completely forgot what was the last topic. However, because existence keeps feeding me, and I feel like Stugatz. But either way, let me just get back into the lag chot server thing. So a bit of an overview. What do you think about these people that think the server is dead because the peak players of the server at peak times is not as high as it was back in 2012 and 2013? Do you agree with them? You think the server is dead, or is it not as how it used to be, or what do you think about that?
It is dead.
Is it-
Yeah. Of course, the player base changes. It's only natural, and the game is, I mean, SAMP has, or CnR has existed for 12 years now, and it's a very long time. And of course, people are going to change to different games, where you get better computers and get better games. And where you get himself involved in the different societies, and communities, and but I wouldn't say it's dead because it's highly active, and we got 2 servers still left, and cheating, DMing, it has always existed, always, and it's nothing different now. It's only different nicks and different cheats, or different abuses, So it's like that.
Different mix, but same people.
yeah. I mean, pretty much
And,
the server will be alive as long as it's still here. So yeah.
I mean, I think the kids who... one point of the CnR is also that it's kind of simple game. I guess when you're 11 or 9 years old, if you go, let's say, GTA 5 online, it's kind of complicated to find your way around there and get in missions and stuff like that. So I think, for younger audience or whatever to name them, it's kind of appealing. It's simple graphics, simple stuff. So maybe that's also the point why our game is not dead yet.
Well, it's also why people have gone on to other places, I guess.
Yeah, that's also true.
Exactly.
So I guess in general, it's always gonna be people that play, and you even have excuse me.
And
You
the
even
main
have Call of
reason-
Duty 1 that people play, or Call of Duty 2. It's super old.
Main
Coming
reason for
forward.
those Eastern countries are the pirated version.
Oh yeah.
They don't have to pay for it. Yeah, they all have the pirated. And
Yes.
Samp doesn't have any like checking, verification, or anything to see.
Yeah. No PayPal needed to play. No game like on Steam required or whatever.
Yeah, let's go around the room. Play2Hard, approximately what percentage of CnR players have the pirated version of this game? What do you think?
58.
That's it.
No.
Wait, how'd you
I'd
say?
say 90%.
Say 15?
58.
Oh, 58? Oh, okay. I would say 80.
Because
I said
that's-
80.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you guys managed to get the Steam version to working, but I couldn't. So
Exactly what I was gonna say.
I bought it on Steam and downloaded the pirate version. And I'm playing with the pirated version. So I say 90% are pirated version.
Exactly
And those
what
who
happened
bought
to me.
Those who bought it probably have bought the disc, not on Steam.
Yeah, I still got
was
the
like,
disc.
for once in my life, I was okay. I play Samp enough for Rockstar to get my hard-earned cash, right? So I go on Steam, I buy the game, and then I'm holy smokes, it doesn't even work. So I go back on Pirate Bay, download the cracked version or whatever, and it works. And I actually had the same issue with, well, this is off topic, but with A Noir or something it's called, like detective game.
Yes.
It's freaking Steam game and it doesn't run. Like it doesn't go past loading screen or whatever. Then you download like pirated version and it works. Like seriously, those guys who pirate versions, they're geniuses.
Well, you know, let me backtrack for a bit. Back to when we were talking about that there's just some people who do not understand Play2Hard and his, at the time, lengthy rebuttals, you know? Because ever since I started doing Donkey the Day, which, of course, people in here know, of course, I give Donkey the Day to people who have done stuff that makes you scratch your head, and I want to give people an overview about it.
What about your BMOC?
Yes. Wait, I've lost it.
BMOC has no hair, he cannot scratch.
Well, you can still scratch your scalp. But either way, like for example, I gave Donkey the Day a cheater named Syncroid in somewhere in February, right? About him cheating and all of this. See, the point of the Donkey the Day, right, is to tell people what they've done wrong or bad, so they can possibly learn from it, you know? But
Has ever anyone learned from it?
I think Jeremy may be the only person who's learned from it. But he's
What about me? Still racist?
I guess you probably have.
Holy shit.
But Jeremy learned because his Donkey today was about, you know, screwing with Trina in a sexually deprecating way. He's learned from that. He's told me he has, but he's still an idiot. But there are some people who take it the wrong way. They say, "Oh, Rashon, you suck," and all this. But getting feedback way too hard. But
You're alienated.
yes, we're getting feedback. But so when you say that people don't understand you, or when we make that analogy, I can understand, because whether it be quote unquote the smart person of CnR or the dumb person of CnR, not a lot of people get to their Donkey of the Days, and it is a bit demoralizing. Just want to throw that one out. Shout out to the guy. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me go to the
Nice monologue, Rashon.
nice
Maybe.
monologue. Yes,
That was a lot to answer.
yes, that was a lot. And next part here. So lately, I've talked about how there's a lack of interesting conversation on the forums. Do you agree that the forums are pretty dry compared to a few years ago?
Well, it certainly depends on the section, I believe. You know, I think,
Depends.
yeah, well, general discussion is like, yeah, happy birthday or something like that, yeah. But bitching section, well, their all posts are also quite useless, and complaints, well, there are complaints each and every day there. So yeah, it's very active for some reason. Yeah, but but I think the suggestions were a lot better before. It's kind of dry.
It's true. The suggestion part used to be my favorite part of the forum. Yeah.
Same. And now it's like pulling off some crap from your ass, you know. And here is for CBR, CnR. Let's take Hydras to CnR or something like that, you know. It's kind of that bullshit, you know. So I kind of disappointed, you know.
Yeah.
But let's say like this: if we compare the members of these forums to the activity of these forums, so it's if you think like that, it's very bad. Yeah, but if we think like there are 20 members on the forums, then it's quite active, you know.
Yeah.
It's like RC, you know, but better.
Oh, God. Yeah, we'll get to RC in a bit. Before I go on, I just wanted to shout out Tommy and Senti because they wanted a shout out. They are currently washing each other's dicks. I just wanted to say that. So shout out to Tommy and Senti.
I was just gonna ask you if you get paid for this, but then you said the last thing. I was like, hell no, you're not getting paid for that.
Nope. But you know, the worst suggestions are reactionary suggestions. Like, for example, the one that Bosky made the other day about he accidentally ran over another cop and lost rank, and you know, blah blah blah. It happens once in a while, yeah, but it's not a real issue. It's not a real issue. So, you know, I wish people would make suggestions that would actually change the landscape of the game, not suggest something that happened to you today.
It's like kind of typical suggestion that originates from anger because you got pissed off by something in one situation out of 1,000. I mean,
yeah, that's the. Let's see. Oh, also, lately, people Play2Hard are up in arms about the lack of admin coverage in game and in IRC. Do you think at this point the server needs more admin?
Definitely, yes. Yes, it's very needed. You know, if we, I have talked about this earlier too, but it's like 100 admins who have been promoted to admins, yeah, and it's like 1/10 of them are active. So of course it causes a lot of problem to the servers and to the complaint section. I mean, there are a couple of admins who deals with complaints, and of course, not every single complaint can be dealt with. It's completely understandable. So, and in the game too, well, if there are like we talked about earlier, few admins who are like partial, you know, it's bad for them other persons who want to complain, you know. And yes, I totally believe in more admins, yes, and have to be promoted soon. New ones.
Yeah, I guess I agree. And also shout out to Susie's Player Cut, who's in Los Santos right now, who is holding the server down while I am being useless inside my hotel room.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say, Rashon, what the fuck are you doing here? The server needs you, and you're here.
Well, what can I
Hello,
do?
Susie.
What can I do? I mean, okay.
Multitask?
Well, not good at it. Speaking of, we were talking about IRC just a bit ago. I notice sometimes that you join and you like to play around with the commands, have a little fun, but sometimes you get ridiculed for it. What do you gotta say to those certain people?
I do what I want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know, the bots there are for a reason there at our RC, you know. So why don't use them, you know? But I understand that you can't like over consume them, but you can use them occasionally, like I do. I use the $sign and U and or word usage or such commands, you know. And I used to like to use them, you know, just for lulz, you know. That's all.
See, I'll actually say something. Those are still better than two people who are active in RC channel and they talk to each other over shoutouts and tells. Just take your shit into PM. Seriously.
Yeah. I have said that. you know, I told them add to your Facebook account your friends, so you don't need to type in $sign and tell, and you know, it's kind of stupid to me to do such things. Yeah. So add each other on Facebook. Yeah.
But then they have to have Facebook, bro. People
Yeah,
are
but-
secretive these days.
They're fake accounts.
They might not even be who they think they are, like wax.
you know. Well, IRC used to be a pretty good place. I remember I started going into CnR IRC in like 2011. There used to be pretty good conversations that used to happen, but now, I mean, not really now, but I remember a year ago, IRC was very cliquey. Like, it would be the same group of people that would talk to the same group of people, and you just couldn't really penetrate the conversation if you wanted to. But, I mean, you really wouldn't want to because they're talking about dumb snit. Because I remember one of the first punkery shows, we were talking about a couple of fags who were talking about doormats. And I'm like, really? You guys are talking about doormats, man? I just don't understand, but yeah. IRC used to be great back then. Better back then.
I think still better topic than typical Jayince BMUC car show shit.
Yes, Poetic and BMUC talking about sucking each other's dicks and stuff like that. That's what they used to do last year. I mean, honestly, that's what we have in IRC. I remember during the Mayweather, what's his name? Mayweather McGregor.
Aqua.
No, not. Yeah, that one too, but also, shit, what's his name? McGregor. Yeah,
no.
McGregor.
Yeah.
UFC fight, yeah?
Yes. See, they can't even do it right because all those guys are like, Conor McGregor
Dude,
is gonna win and
didn't
shit.
you get
Yeah.
it? That was all a stage, dude. It was all a stage for the money, man. That wasn't a real fight.
Yeah. Well, pretty much. Yeah. It was a stage from the
Do you-
beginning, but they can't even do
You
that
watch
right now.
this? P2H, do you watch boxing, UFC, stuff like that?
Well, I started to box when I was 5 years old, so yes.
Are you still in it? Do you compete?
No.
Did you used to compete?
Yes, I was a Finnish champion few times.
Oh,
How about that?
wow. See, we actually have a guy who could actually be a man and step up to his words on CnR. I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up.
Yeah, let's get a
That's
plane
some
ticket.
little boy.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, those guys couldn't even do it right. They bet on the wrong person. Like I tell you, IRC is completely demented. Okay. Let us take our first break. And by the way, this is the longest we've gone in the interview history without taking a break. GG.
An hour and a half.
We've gone an hour and I'm gonna assume 13 minutes. GG. So when we come back, we will give Play2Hard a personalized guess that fag, and then we will get into the questions from the CNR congregation. This is the CNR Radio Talk Show. Be back in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back. This is the CNR Radio Talk Show with your hosts Rashon and Kesh, and our guest here is Play2Hard. He is back from something. Show him that you're still here, Play2Hard.
Hello, guys.
Alright, there he is. So we got through a very long opening session there, and now it's the midpoints. It's time to play a personalized guess that fag, or semi-personalized guess that fag for Play2Hard. See, a few hours ago I was taking a shower, and I was like, I was thinking about the interview, and I was like, well, Play2Hard kinda likes guess that fag, so I was like, so I'd be remiss to not give him his own one, you know? So,
cool.
Yeah.
You listen to our show otherwise, Play2Hard, when you're not,
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
It's a very good show.
there you go. The blussy chuckles we just made right there. But yeah, either way, Play2Hard, you know the rules, I guess, that fog, for at least, the personalized guess that fog. I'll give you up to 8 clues one at a time. If you do not guess the correct person after 8 clues, you will be put into a pit where you'll need to ingest oil for the next 6 months. Alright. So it's time to play Guess That Fag. Alright, Play2Hard, first clue. Clue number 1, this player is a majority LB player.
Let me think.
You always start with this, Rashon. It's like 90% people.
Yeah, it could be anybody. Yeah,
Just say baboon,
Okay.
Sam.
Wrong.
Some,
Clue number 2. This player recently was under fire for comments he made about the 2-week ban system. Very specific.
About...
The 2-week ban system.
Wait.
Bullen Sui wrong. Clue number 3, this player is among the highest in Cop of the Day awards.
Cop of the Day award. Who can it be? Dick Swanson.
Dick Swanson wrong. Clue number 4, this player is a multi-CnR award winner.
It can't be Sigma 1 because he's not playing LV. Wait. LV player. Could it be a Blister?
Blister wrong. Clue number 5. This player is a SAM member.
SAM member. A cut SAM member. What is... could it be Pure Cup 911?
Wrong. Clue number 6. This player is an admin.
Snoopek.
Snoopek, yes, Snoopek is correct. Yes, Snoopek, the CnR award-winning most effective admin, a few times I believe. That's pretty good. You throw around a lot of stuff in your brain there. I like that. Also,
I actually thought this at the same question. K2H answered Dick Swanson. I was thinking exactly the same.
Dick Swanson, nothing but a rustler. And to make a completely different tangent here, Octavian IRC just asked, what is my opinion on Israel winning Eurovision? Well, like I said, a non-European country has won a competition with the word Euro in it. Yep. That sure tells a lot about Europe. GG. Anyway,
Rashon.
yeah.
We talked about him earlier. He's listening now, and he wanted a shout out. He said, "Hi Rashon, it's CanPang, you know, CanPang."
Shout out to CanPang and Nichi. You know, I would say something else, but it only has something to do with 2-inch Geek, so I'm not gonna say it. Oh shit, I just did. But yes, shout out to CanPang. There it is. Alright, so let's segue now into the questions from the CnR congregation. Alright, let's start with Jayince. He asked, how did you meet Mad World, that guy? You know him, do you?
Yeah. Well, I met him, I guess, in my early gaming period, and through Tomma Mies, it's an old player too. He was called Tommy by Panda, you know, Panda MD.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, through him I met this Mad for Word, and I liked this guy. Yes, he's nice.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. He has been gone for quite a while. Jayince also asked, and I'm not quite sure what this means or how he is trying to make it seem. He asked, what makes you think we're both different? Like, what? I guess that means what makes you think Jayince and Mad World are different? I don't know what he's trying to say. Do you know?
I think he's trying to say, why do you think you are different than me? So Jayince and Play2Hard.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of, I have knew Mad for Word longer than Jayince, you know, so I think that's the reason I think why you're a little bit different. I think Mad for Word is a nice guy, and Jayince is a nice guy too, so it doesn't matter, but I have more intimate feelings. I get.
This sounded so wrong.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah, so it's simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know the player chemistry. Yeah.
Oh, with chemistry. Okay, yeah, player chemistry. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
What were you thinking about, Rashon? You kind of wondered.
No, I was trying.
Thoughts?
I was trying to figure out what word he just said. Chemistry. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. Chemistry. Yes.
Yep. See, I think coming into each of these shows, I really should have a a jab at Kesh thing, because I don't have anything. I really don't. What a fag. Let's see here. Let's go to someone else here. I'm gonna ask one question from Igly, and it's his go-to question because he always wants to know what people think of Albanians. So, what are your thoughts about Albanians in game and in real life?
Well, we can talk overall. I have Albanians as friends in real life. We are called Shoutout. It's Albanians in Albania. Yeah.
Shqiptari. Yeah, we call them the same.
Yeah.
Sounds like shit cups.
Yeah. Well, and I think Albanians we are patriots.
Oh yes, they are.
We like their country a lot, and yeah, you know, we don't allow refugees there like Hungary and you know, or Balkan. But yes, it's other than that, I think we it's a cool country. Yes.
Yes, you know, I'm definitely not on the hate Albania bandwagon. See, the thing is, when you see, at least for me, when I see many people bash on one thing, I think about it and I'm like, it's getting old. So I go the other way just for the sake of it. Let's see here. Let's go to Claudio Rossonero here. He asked, when was the last time you visited Kosovo?
When I was a little child. It was a few years ago, yeah.
When you were a little child was a few years ago?
Yeah. I'm only 10 years old now, so.
About that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just like the yeah.
Now,
But it's
Meaning-
okay. I mean, you know,
It's like,
most of CNR is 12, so...
yeah, it's over 20 years. Yes.
And also speaking of Kosovo, you know what I'm gonna ask, right? Kosovo is Serbia or Albania?
No, I would say Kosovo is Albania, yes.
Yes! Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, yeah. Power to Albania. Kosovo is Albania. Yes! Stick to that one.
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said on that one, or else people will start DMing. Anyway, next one from Claudio Rossonero. I'm not quite sure what this means, but he asks, what's the funniest Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
Funniest
He says,
meme.
I have no idea. It could be meme. He says Wi-Fi name. I have no idea what that means.
You know, like wireless name. Like
What
when
is that,
people
though?
give
What does that mean?
wireless connections their name. Wi-Fi connection.
Ah, Wi-Fi names. Okay. Actually, no. I don't know. I think someone had some Donald Duck name Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Oh,
but it was kind of stupid. But I don't check on my neighbors on that thing. No.
oh, okay, I understand. Let me see what kind of Wi-Fi names I have here. I hope I don't disconnect my internet by accident. Yeah, nothing interesting. Let's see here. Claudio, Jesus, what is this? What is that? Okay, so Claudio Rossonero asks, and this is a random question here, if you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you're from the future? Random, I tell you. I don't know why.
How would I prove? Well, I would talk about what's the name? Intervention. When you invent something, you know.
Light bulb?
Yeah.
The light bulb,
They
light
wouldn't
bulb.
believe you. They would freak out.
Yeah, but I would actually do it like this, you know. I would download some printings, and then I would start to build that in back in that time and say, I'm from the future.
Download from where? You don't have internet 400 years ago.
No, but before I'm going there.
No, it just happened. Imagine.
Well, I mean, you would get the materials, right? You get the materials because they still have materials 400 years ago, and build it, That's what he's trying to say, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, for example, Ali, okay, I just fucked up. I have no idea what I'm trying to say, or what I was going to say, but yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how I would. Let's see here. Next question is for me. He asked me if is cereal soup? No, cereal is not soup. I don't know why you ask such a blasphemous thing. Cereal is not soup. You guys agree, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I don't do cereal. So
It hasn't been cooked, first of all, and there's no soup material in it. That's it.
cereal is not a soup. What the fuck? You eat cereal with milk, bro. I don't
Exactly.
know if there's a milky soup.
Yeah, there are some soup that contains milk, but there's no soup that contains fucking cereal.
Actually, I know a dude who eats cereal with water. That's fucking gross.
Ow.
Who does that?
No idea. I wouldn't even want to think about that. Though there is one time that I mixed water and Sprite, and they're good individually,
then-
but that's not good. Tastes terrible.
Then again, I'm the person who dips French fries into ice cream.
Yeah, that's fucking absolutely nasty.
And milkshake, oh my god.
Nasty.
Sorry, I'm disgusting.
Completely nasty, I'll tell you. Speaking of nasty, Claudio Rossonero also asks you, Play2Hard, what is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Dumbest way. Well, what can it be? Well, I assume one. I can.
I guess they were
Come
all
on.
dumb. You couldn't choose one, huh?
Yeah. I have had the hammer on my thumb a few times. Yeah, when fighting. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I do remember one time I was going to the kitchen at night. It was dark, and I was going into the pantry, but the door was open and it was shaped in an angle where I walked into the side of the door, and I fell. So that was great. I didn't get injured, but that was probably the dumbest fall I've ever had. I'll tell you that. Let's see here. Let's go to Hellsing. He's got a few questions here. First one is, are you as persistent in following the rules and teaching others to understand your logic in real life as you are in game?
Well, obviously you have to follow the rules within the country you lives in, and I follow the rules, and I kind of have to, since I don't like to pay fines or something like that, and I must be a good example for my kids. Yeah.
There you go.
So,
You would make probably like a good lawyer or something like that.
Probably.
thank you.
Let's see here. Yeah.
What
Trying to-
kind of music do you like?
Oh hell. Yeah, Hellsing asks what kind of music do you like?
Well, I'm like a all kind of music eater. I like all kind of music. Some special genres, like categories. Well, I don't know. I like
Heavy rock? Do you like heavy metal?
yeah, Metallica. like Stratovarius. I like. Yeah, country music. Yeah, I like country music, and then I like 50s and 60s music. Elvis Presley I like very much, and some 80s and 90s. Yes, nostalgia trip, you know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Do you
One
listen
variety.
to gangsta music? Because
Yeah,
I mean, this is a funny question, but like, if you go on forum here and you have rate this song or whatever, is that thread, right? Like you have
Yeah.
to rate the song that someone posts.
Yes.
When I look at that topic, I'm like, seriously, everyone on CNR is a fucking gangster. Like, all music there is just the same. I mean, like, black dudes music.
I mean, have you played single player?
Yes.
Well, what do you expect?
I mean, I can play CNR and not pretend that I'm a gangster.
Oh,
There is a difference.
but I'm not
No.
talking about. I'm not
People
talking
do
about
actually
CNR though.
think when
Fact.
I mean, what I'm saying is people actually play the game and they think, you know, they are in gang, they're actually gangster and they have to behave like it and listen to the music or whatever. Or maybe they just actually like it and I just don't understand.
Well, I mean, I understand. Listen, let me just reset here. Now, I understand that most of the server has not played single player. However, when I think of people who have originally played San Andreas, and San Andreas is, you know, more of an urban game compared to some of the other Grand Theft Autos, I wouldn't be surprised that a good chunk of the music in that thread is hip-hop. Okay? You understand me? You got me?
No.
No? What the fuck, man? I tell you. Plus, I'm looking through it right now. I mean, I see a lot of Metallica. You know, there's some people with let's see, fucking Beastie Boys and shit. Fucking David Guetta. Whoever the hell is Five Finger Death Punch. You know, I don't know these people. I have no idea what they are. You know, I see another guy, Zed. I mean, there's a lot of hip hop here, catch your fag. So you know, just like, there's even a Persona 5 song on this snit. So you know, yeah, Mouse. I should start putting. Huh?
if I listen to rap, I prefer like Tupac, Wu-Tang Clan, Exhibit, and yeah, just rapper.
There you go, 90s rap. There you go. I mean,
What about Dre? Missed the big one.
Dre,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Dre,
yeah.
yeah.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, Kesh, are you some kind of 70s classics person? You know?
No, not at all. I just don't.
Cash is
Totally.
into Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and those stuff, you know?
Yes. Listening to Justin Bieber.
Selena Gomez.
I know.
My name is long. She could be my daughter.
Oh hell. But yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I listen to a lot of different snip, but I don't know, like, huh? Like who?
Drake. Like Drake.
I mean, I used to listen to Drake a lot, but I don't quite anymore. But still, I'm just trying to set you straight, okay? All right, good.
How do you feel that you listen to the same music as Sorust? How does that make you feel at heart?
Oh well, that it's just like the funny part about that is I remember posting in the Rate the Music Above You thread. I posted or she posted "No Church in the Wild" by Kanye West, and I think I rated it saying that I first heard that song from BeatStar, and she also said she first heard that song from BeatStar. So, yeah. But yeah, we can just say that.
Something common you should date.
Faggot. We can just say that Srust and I have similar music interests, but I think that's possibly at the moment where it ends, unfortunately. No. Yeah. Got anything else to
Hearts
say?
were broken.
Yeah, that's a real kid, yeah. She unfortunately wasn't, she's not too interested in Danganronpa, so that's where we cut off. You know, once you go east of Russia, that's not her thing, you know. So, unfortunate, yeah.
Russians are really
Yeah.
very much my thing.
Yeah. You know, once you go into Japan, that's where the disconnect is made, so, yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think we got into other realms there. But that is it. I apologize for not Shayla and Ninja Tuna, but I rephrased your questions in the first part of the interview, so hopefully that's satisfactory enough. But Play2Hard, I shake your hand even though I can't shake your hand. It was a great interview, bro. Had lots of fun, I'll tell you.
Yes, same. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you very much for this. It was nice.
Yes, I think it adds a lot of clarity.
Play too hard now, because we are nearing the end of this interview. And I always have problems finding people on CNR who are willing to talk for this show. So, can you say like few words to them, like maybe encourage them to come here, that it wasn't that bad, or that we didn't bite you, we didn't punch you, we didn't threaten you, nothing of that sort. So, what do you think about this interview?
Yeah, I would like to say that join this CNR Ready News because it's very exciting and you will have a lot of fun, and it's not like some it's not difficult to talk. It's a fun thing to do. Yes.
I think just people are just scared at the beginning, you know, when they think, oh, it's gonna be interview, no, I don't want to talk, blah blah blah. But then when it actually happens, it's just like talk, you know, nothing that horrible.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect, you know, in English or anything, you know.
No, we aren't as well. I mean, I'm not even, you know, talking English at all.
Yeah, same.
Obviously,
I need to go back to college anytime soon.
When you lay off that weed.
I mean, maybe during the
What
week.
video are you talking about? No, I don't do the drugs.
Sure, bro. Maybe during the week, Kesh can make a pitch to CnR Grills to actually come on the show.
I actually tried to get girls so many times and no girl will talk. I don't know. Angelina probably doesn't want to because she's French and she's scared of the accent or something. Same goes for
We
Shayla.
actually got Chipaka in line, but as soon as baby has grown up.
Then Helen, Jackie, I don't know, Helen has been on Discord before but has not talked to Jackie, I don't know. So yeah, mission impossible.
Yeah, well, too bad. I guess.
Next two that I would like personally to have on show is Tanner, which who I actually talked to before, and there's possibility we're gonna get him on a show. And right now I'm getting some weird requests from people to have John 877 here. So yeah, we'll see.
Rashon and Gesher, I want to like a virtual handshake with you.
Yes, you have to stand up from your seats now, and we all go to the door, and we all do a handshake.
Is this some weird type of bro job here?
Yeah, and thank you, Ale. It was nice to talk to you, and
Same, I'd say.
thanks. And Krista H, it's fun that you listen, and to everyone who listening, hello to you.
Yes,
Kind
stop
of
hating. Stop hating.
Yeah, stop hating. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, stop
hello
hating. He's like your fucking father, you know?
there.
Let's have fun. Let's play. Let's forget. Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Hello to you, and bye to the rest of the server. We'll be back during the week for a punkery show, hopefully. So for all the fags here, Kesh, Ali, Mug, Christy Edge, as well as our guest Play2Hard. This is Rashon, and we'll see you next time on the CnR Radio Talk Show.